really want to get a bit of insight from you today about the modern footballer compared to when you were growing up playing football in the dressing room you were a part of. I want to take you back to your first ever dressing room. Do you remember stepping up into your first senior dressing room, and what was that experience like?
Well, that was in Barcelona.
Yeah.
And very nervous, very excited, and didn't really know how to behave, where to sit, who to talk to. I was very lucky that there was some senior players looking after those kids, and amazing times.
How old were you then?
I was 16.
That's incredible, isn't it? Now you look at the dressing room today, I want to contrast it a little bit with that experience. How has the dressing room environment changed from your playing days when you first broke through to what you see now?
Well, I think it will be different in many sense, but in the way that those young kids feel exactly the same. That's why every time I think about an academy player, a young player that is moving to that dressing room, okay, let's put him in their shoes, how they feeling, what they are looking at, and actually what they need to straight away feel comfortable and be reassured that that they have to feel like anybody that's in that dressing room.
You mentioned their senior players were helpful when you first arrived. Who were those sort of senior players you can remember when you first arrived in that Barcelona dressing room that looked at you and went, wow?
Pep Guardiola and Luis Enrique.
Don't get better than that, does it?
The two straight away that they were under my wing and they helped me a lot.
And how important is it to have, obviously, not everybody can have Pep Guardiola and Luis Enrique, but senior players, even nowadays, you look at your own dressing room. Who is it in your dressing room now you think is your Pep Guardiola, is your Luis Enrique at Arsenal?
There are a few, to be fair. I think depending on that player, what is coming down, the language, if they have any relationship before, there is always a connection, and that's something I think as coaches we need to understand, not only with players, but it can be a masseur, it can be a physio, it can be one of the chefs. It has to be somebody, and that link has to be created across the club. For that player to feel that, yeah, he can turn up and see people that he can trust and ask questions if he needs to and feel comfortable.